And if the phone rings, I got to mute it and I'll jump out.
Okay, that's fine. Still working?
Yep.
Okay.
What the? She's working on getting the video from Guthrie Center up.
Stream this to your audience.
So
They're missing a couch. One's in the office, so one out.
Missing couch.
Can you not get it up there?
I just put it on the spot.
Okay, we'll keep this up here for just a little bit before we get started.
somewhere it shows you people.
Look where I put
And
it.
we are live? Yes.
Yes, we are.
You bet. Good evening, Greg.
Dan, how are you?
Not too shabby.
Well, good. Hey, we'll get started with the
Outside on
this
the
week's
back.
Live with Lussetto. I got Dan Christensen with me, and I've got Jazz pushing buttons today, which will kind of help. But she's working on getting some video up from Guthrie Center, maybe.
Oh, I just pulled it. I thought you wanted to get started.
Oh, I
Play
guess.
it?
Nope. I guess we'll just get started anyway. We've got kind of a quiet week. Not much has went on. We're working on coming up on our last pull here in Mitchell, Nebraska. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sitting here just feeling like about hungover from all the pulling stuff, trying to get back to work and get back into routine, and it ain't working yet. Hopefully it's a little better where you are, Dan.
Well, I did have the itch this weekend, not pulling. It kind of bothered me a little bit. Not gonna lie.
You were missing it?
Yeah, I was. I didn't think I would, and it drove me crazy.
I cannot say the same thing. Zach over here, he's football season started, and boy, we've been running around between the littlest girl with cross country and him in football. We've had plenty going on.
I'll bet.
So, yeah. So Mitchell, just for the people that don't know, Mitchell's been one of our biggest and best pulls from the day Heartland started in 2011, and always look forward to that. It's a decent track, but the crowd is just phenomenal. They'll have 2,000 people will just show up, and they're great fans. They hang out. They one year we got rained out like you can't believe, and everybody disappeared. They went to work on the track as soon as it was done. An hour later or 2 hours later, it's like 90% of the people just showed right back up, hung with us until midnight or a little better. I mean, they're diehards. It's makes it that much more fun for us and the competitors both.
Yes, it does.
Have you pulled there before, Dan?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I've probably hooked there the last 3 or 4 years.
Okay, I didn't know if
I did
the
with
John
my
Deere.
tractor.
I mean,
Yep, last
your
year.
wanted tractor, is it just once with it?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. So no, that'll be great. We do have a few extra people showing up, some a little more exhibition stuff, which I mean, we've got some guys down in Colorado that brought out one of their old 2-wheel drives from oh goodness. I mean, it might be, I know it pulled in the 2000s, but it's been a while since we've seen it. I'm very excited. They're going to bring it up and make an exhibition pass. So that'll be pretty cool. And I think we're supposed to have a few of the NSPA competitors coming up, both Pro Stock 4x4 and maybe a mod 4x4 or some stuff. I haven't heard for sure, but there'll be a little extra spice there. So
Good.
I wasn't.
So
Always a
Did
good.
you go through results from Guthrie last week?
yes, we did.
Okay.
Yeah. And one thing we should maybe throw out there and make public, we've talked about it, but now it's probably a little more for sure. Our banquet will be in Kearney. Is it at the Giannis? The Giannis Center.
The south location.
The south location of the Giannis.
South
Okay,
Center,
well,
yeah.
but details will be coming out. That will be, I believe, the 4th of November.
Yes.
For our Heartland competitors, and Dan brought this question up, with the Outlaw group, they do not allow rules to be changed at the meeting. They have to be submitted before the last pull, which
at Spencer this weekend.
Sunday.
ironically, it's kind of Spencer, and I guess we're the same day as Spencer. I
Yeah.
guess it's Mitchell as well. But we'll work with you guys. We're not going to put
I was thinking November 1st deadline.
we may extend that deadline just because we're going to have to talk about this a little bit. We haven't really, come up with a deadline that's all of our own per se, but we're still working to get some of the processes the same as what the Outlaw main group is. I thought he was hauling an elephant. Apparently that was a rhino.
I thought it was an elephant until we opened the trailer and it was a rhino. Pretty cool.
Stuff you'll see in Cheyenne, Wyoming, huh?
Hey,
Yeah, I got that far away from it.
Did you really?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, we fed and
I'm willing
watered
to
it.
bet there was a fence between you and it.
There's a pretty good cage, yes.
Pretty good. An air-conditioned trailer.
Yep. Yeah, it was riding in style.
Oh, very cool. Where was it heading?
Los Angeles Zoo.
Really?
Yep, from Omaha.
I'll be darned.
So, yeah, that was
Yeah.
a first.
Yeah. Have you got anything new in your world, Dan?
No, not really. Trying to prepare for next year already, I guess. Making plans. So,
You're
But,
making upgrade plans.
yeah. It's just sit there and count how many thousands it's going to cost.
Oh,
But,
well, I'm sure you got to see where the bar was set there in Wisconsin.
yeah.
That's something I'll have to apologize for last week. We've been flying blind a little bit on the show, and it's not a bad thing. We're just kind of getting kicked out of the nest a little bit per se. Even like today, Jason's on vacation in Key West, and we're doing our best to host and do the show on our own, which I feel like we need to do. And
Yeah.
it'll be good to continue on and learn a step here, as we progress, if we want to call it that. We'll get a little more self-sufficient, so to speak. So,
Yep.
and last week we screwed up, and boy, I don't know why I threw you in there, Dan. I screwed up. There was a few things that got kicked out, and I didn't realize on running it that we had to reconnect some of the Facebook pages and this. And I think we talked for half a show with just by ourselves. Might as well just been
Yeah.
offline, kicking it on the phone. But
Yeah. Well, it's always good to see your ugly mug. So,
I appreciate that. Bring him along too for that.
you got old Fuzzy there.
Yeah. He's just enjoying the hair while he can. So,
I don't blame him.
yeah.
Embrace that, Zach.
Yeah. I tell you what, I've seen a little bit of the Wisconsin stuff show up. And one thing I'm disappointed in, I found a complete class video from Jim Falls.
Yeah.
And typical
it
with my
just got
with
posted
my
here a
skills
couple
on
months.
Facebook, I watched it. I told some people about it. I went back to show it to them. Can't find it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you know what group or who shared that?
I think that was I'd screw it. Mid media. Let me look.
There's a Wisconsin media or Pulling media or something. And
Yeah, I
I
know.
looked up Hooked Up Productions had a few pictures and videos as well.
Yeah, and the boys from Wisconsin actually sent that to me this week, and I can't remember where. I thought maybe my social media manager would have posted that on my Facebook, but evidently she didn't.
Oh man.
Epic fail. But, yeah, I want to say maybe Dairyland Productions. I
Oh
don't
really?
think that's right. Yeah, if I can open my stuff here.
Jazz, go look for that on Facebook, will you?
I'll
Dairyland
look.
Productions.
Motorsports Mayhem. It was on. Yeah,
Oh really? Okay. Well,
Yep.
well, that could be why I missed that then.
Yep. Yeah, the complete class of Jim Falls. Yep. Yep. Motorsports Mayhem. So
Okay.
yeah, the media coverage up there is unreal.
Well, there's more people and more stuff, I mean, you look, we're pretty lucky with, getting, we got between Rossnick and Ham Boys and several of those other people. I mean, they do a darn good job for us too, but they've got quite a few people that do that stuff up there with the NTPA group as well.
Oh yeah, it's unreal that at the end of the track, I mean, there was 3 or 4, 5 cameras set up. I mean, people video, and I assume
Really?
it was under media groups. Yeah, it was crazy. And a lot of flashes at night when you're going down the track of all the cameras and everything. It was
Yeah.
pretty neat.
Yeah. No, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, beyond Mitchell, I guess I tell you, the off season, it's crazy. The stuff getting started already. By the end of the month, we'll already have. Hey, there. I think Jazz might have found it. Is there any way you can get that up and throw that on the background?
Yeah.
We're going to get started with fair conventions already. We got another lead from Wyoming for a pull, which is crazy to think about. I mean,
Really?
it's going to be rough to see what all we can get fit in our schedule.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
as full as everything. You hate to say that, but it got darn full.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of traveling. What part of Wyoming?
Central and
Oh,
East
really?
Central. So I mean, it's not anything crazy. We've been there before, but they got to go back to Fairboard and see if they can get that started again.
Yep.
And then I'll tell you, we'll get started in meetings and booking and all that stuff. It's all coming, pretty quick.
Yeah. When's your Fairboard, Nebraska Fairboard? Is that usually January?
Yeah, that one's January. Last year, I believe Iowa was the first weekend in December. Feels not happy. We'll go to Wyoming, which is we'll go to Wyoming's, which will be the last weekend of September. We'll also go to Nebraska and Kansas, which are consecutive weeks, the last couple weeks of January. And then I believe Iowa is the first weekend in December.
Oh, really?
So traveling around more.
Yeah. Yeah. Wyoming's already in September, huh?
Yes, it's quick. In fact, I'll be over there the last couple days there. I think that, what days is it, Jazz?
Of what?
September.
Wyoming?
Yeah.
27, 28.
27, 28.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Oh, wow.
27, 28, 29.
So, yeah, Dan, that was you, huh?
Yeah.
It sounded like that thing was laboring a little bit.
Yeah, we had some water issues on that pass. I had my
Is that the one you tried to drink it all?
Yeah, a gallon and a half of water in a pass isn't good on a light lemon super.
Yeah.
And there's the points champion for the year for the Wisconsin.
They won the points, huh?
Yep. They sealed it up this weekend. So
was Lynn's tractor out the entire season?
I honestly can't tell you if it was or not. I know it was new this year. I don't know if it was out all season or not, but that thing's a beast.
That thing sounded like it was. I mean, I'm not saying anything. I mean, those other guys ran good, but that thing sounds like it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah. I think once I don't know if they've completely got it dialed in yet or not, but it is an animal.
It looked like it.
Yeah.
If it isn't, that's scary.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know what charger or anything they were running. I know they run a bigger charger than what we run here. So
yes. Well, I understand reading through the rules that they can run either a 3x4 with map rings or a 3.4 inch inlet charger, which is common to, a few other groups. I think some of the Kentucky stuff and Ohio and down in that part of the world, I think they run 6,000 pounds, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm trying to think that 60. I know that guy I've become friends with in Ohio. I think they're at 6,250, but I can't. Is that Ohio tractor pullers or something he runs with? And then there is some 6,000 down in that Kentucky area. If I'm
what is? Well played, Dylan. I don't know what that is. Just block that off for the kids. Good Lord. Glad you're paying attention, Dylan.
Let me show us comment. It is.
Good
And
Lord.
he said the internet was bad out there. This thing is lagging on me.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Whoops. Yeah, so boy, I don't know what else we really got going on, Dan.
no, he ended
There's a
up
couple-
done with the east side now. So
Go get me one more.
Yep. Yeah, East Side's been done since Guthrie, and yeah, Gerald. I will tell you one cool thing.
Mine still shows Dylan's comment.
We got to go back and we had an interesting meeting with our light mod class because there's some rule changes coming.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's going to be a tough thing. And that doesn't really include our East group, but it does our West group. There are a few rule changes and some stuff going on there. And it was nice to meet all the guys. I don't know that a lot got handled, but one cool thing is we got to see Gerald Hostetler's new mod in Odd
did
Shop.
you?
Oh my goodness.
Looks good.
It looks like trouble.
we don't have any preview pics or sneak peeks
No.
or anything like that, or what?
I don't know why I didn't take any pictures of it. I guess maybe Gerald can throw them up there if he has them, but that's going to be slick. It'd be nice. We're in hopes that waiting on parts has been a real mantra for the year. We've got a Hemi tractor that got sold out from Eric Falk in Eastern or Springfield, Nebraska, come out to Greeley, Colorado area that should be out with the Hemi next year. And we should have this turbocharged Chevy at Gerald's out next year. So
We might get a little bored though.
it could be a little rough. Well, Dwayne, I guess the news on the light mod is there may not be a lot of changes, which I know the Hemi guys were hoping for some changes. They did maybe put some limits on the 4.1 diesel tractor and some of the other tractor combinations running 4.1s to maybe limit to some of the older chargers rather than some of the latest, greatest technology.
Really?
It was interesting talking to him because I think the Allisons had, oh man,
They had this
12 to 14 wins between the two Allisons, which I
thought
mean,
they 7 and 5.
that's 12, dude.
Yeah, I thought they only had 12.
And then the twin LS tractor won 4 hooks, and I believe that diesel mod that was new this year won 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So he had a dang good year.
Yeah, he did. He gets that thing figured out, and he's gonna be tough to beat.
And this, I hope, comes true. I'm not holding my breath, but he did mention the possibility of heading west for Mitchell.
Oh, really?
That would be awesome to see that.
That would be.
So, and this here is that new Lynn tractor, correct?
Yes. Yep. Brute force.
I don't know. It was even when I had it when I was at home too.
Yeah. Supposedly there was nothing spared on that tractor.
No, it didn't appear so.
No.
No. Well, there's a question for Dan.
That is a good question. It's kind of up in the air right now. Janelle was in Nashville for a week with conferences, with work and everything, and I asked her last night, and she says she's not 100% yet. It depends on how her week goes, but I'll push on her pretty hard, and hopefully she can get that thing loaded up in that black trailer out there and head up there. I know she wants to.
Well,
it's just time constraints. So
Logistics and getting everything.
yeah.
Well, and she's darn busy with her day job, which I suppose,
Yep.
it's good for paying for pulling tractors.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I know she wants to go. It just, like I say, it just depends on her schedule, Dallas, and if she gets caught up from being gone.
Yes.
She's been gone for a week. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. And otherwise, I don't know. I have one bad, I will say our alcohol tractor is going to be on the shelf for it broke at Guthrie, and it doesn't look like we're going to have all the parts to get it back together, which not the way I wanted to end the year. It's about kind of the way it started, it seemed like.
yeah. No. Hopefully Dave gets his put together for Mitchell. He
Yes,
lost a
'cause he-
cylinder while we're in Wisconsin.
Heard a piston there in Wisconsin too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Is there
So-
any other ones that are broke that you know of?
No, I can't think of anybody else that's broke. Not at least not in our Heartland division on the west side anyway.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, I do know one. William Pfister heard a piston in his. I don't know how they're coming on getting that put back together.
Which one is his? I should know, but
The cock shut.
the one piece at a time.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So
Oh, that one had a little trouble this year, didn't it?
yeah, it's one gear short of a 3-speed. So yeah, his gear he normally runs in, he's had to go a gear higher, and I actually think it's been running better in that
It
higher
actually
gear.
helped it, yes.
Yeah. Yep. So
Yes.
so hopefully they get that put back together.
Yes.
So any updates, Dwayne, on how you're coming on that? He probably hasn't been home long enough to tear it apart.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's all I know. I don't think mine's hurt, but I haven't started it. So
Yeah. We just start it there. We'll figure it out there.
yeah. Probably better service it before I come up there. But
Yeah.
And then
Yep. Ivan Miller. That's another casualty.
yeah. Ivan, I
Both the
forgot about
560 and his diesel tractor broke as well.
Oh, really?
He hurt the clutch at Imperial, which I that's hard to believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it can happen. So
I'll be darned.
yeah, but I think we should have both the Jims and squished piston. I'm not sure what that means. Something get in the way.
I don't know, but he did say they'll both be there, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
But yeah, then that ends our season.
Yeah, and that concludes that. And I hope, I know our west side guys not so much, but our east side guys, it'll be nice to get some. We're gonna have a lot of meetings in November between our meeting there in Kearney the 4th. And then we will also have the national meeting 2 weeks later, Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah.
And I know there's going to be there'll be a lot of Jaslyn. What are you watching?
Oh boy, just don't hit play.
It's a family show, for God's sakes. Yeah,
might get us more viewers.
Oh, Dylan. Yeah. No, but I will tell you, I hope we get some more participation a little bit at our meeting in November, because we have some real discussions in a couple. One real strong issue in my book right now is diesel pickups, both east and west, because we just haven't had a lot of participation. At some point we're going to be forced to make a decision whether we change, offer, not offer, and we need to make sure these people, if they want to come, they need to be heard a little bit. So, it's kind of a speak now, deal. And that will be very important to me to, hear from these guys to see what the plans are, because it's hard for us to bring a promoter, a class with one truck or no trucks. Yeah. That's not a very good solution for us.
No, it's not.
And likewise, we got some classes that the participation's been phenomenal. You look at our classic mod class has been top notch, both sides, and that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And the promoters come to expect it, and our natural 2-wheel drive's been pretty darn good. Yes, Gerald, probably. Hopefully by himself. I have terrible friends, Dan.
Yeah, I hear you.
Anyway, but yeah, that's that's something that we need to do. And crazy part is, like I said, with 22 hooks in the schedule, we're going to have to talk about that, because at some point we're going to be flat full.
Yeah.
And the interest is, in my opinion, is growing. And I think, there's only so much we can do, and we'll have to see what we can and cannot book, you know.
Yep.
We hate to leave anybody behind, but on the flip side, you know, it's great to be getting a lot of our new polls are coming back. We've got people and meetings already happening and getting stuff scheduled already. So, I mean, it's crazy to see that so far ahead of what I'm used to for our schedule.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a chance that we're going to have a handful of dates there in November already that we can probably have at the meeting. So that'll be good.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to the banquet as well. I think there's a lot to be discussed, and I hope people will speak up. I hope it's not 2 or 3 people and the rest of them are sitting on their hands. But I think if we all work together, I mean, we got a great thing going, and we're just that far from making it awesome, you know. And voicing your opinion is the best solution to this, so we can all talk it out, figure it out, and everybody I've talked to wants this to be the biggest and the best and a great thing. And like I say, let's all do it together. The
thing that I really want to push is that make sure, and just like what you alluded to, these people need to speak up. It will not be viewed. I don't care. We all have different opinions. How we're going to get there. Everybody has ideas, needs to be heard. Without being heard at the meetings and just speaking up and saying your piece, nothing will change.
Yep.
And, you know, I'm not saying it's broken, but there's always things that can be improved, you know?
Yep.
You know, and I don't know how you want to say this, but I mean, there's that criticism and, you know, and appreciate more of it constructive, because the one thing I always say is bring an idea. You know, you can complain, but bring an idea to help fix it. And, you know, we're all ears. We're not married to exactly how things are, and we can always improve things. And I think you could probably say that top to bottom, through the Outlaw, through National Series, clear down to ours. You know, and we are committed to making it better. We're excited with the live stream. I cannot say that I've been whooped worse by anything in recent history than the way that started out. But to see where it ended up at the end of the year, I'm very excited. We're very much looking forward to playing with some stuff, updates, and, you know, really taking some good steps next year. You know, we're working on trying to get a second camera involved. And then you just take what our people learned through the year, you know, having that. We had quite a crew between Knowles and Janessa and, you know, Jazz, Kaylee, Paula. You know, it really just kept elevating through the year as they learned and got used and more comfortable.
Well, that's just it. It was kind of everybody was learning as we were going too, you know, with what we had.
Yes.
You know, there wasn't a lot of training and yeah, it is.
Oh no, I'm not saying we got thrown to the wolves, but it was darn near. And I'm not upset with anybody about it. I mean, it was just like the old proverbial drinking from a fire hose at the very beginning. And, but you know, you just keep plugging away and keep pushing and keep working. And, you know, it turned out into a pretty decent deal. I have not got to see viewership numbers. That's something I'm hoping that we can get, you know, in this meeting in September. Maybe we can get some of that information, because that would be great to hear back. Because, you know, we got certain people to thank, like Andrew Meister, who I think was a habitual let's see what Dan does tonight thing. That was awesome, you know.
Yep.
All that stuff helps us, you know, going further, you know, getting more cameras and, you know, making it worthwhile to Kurt to see that, you know, it's worthwhile to do it at this level.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know, this winter I'm working on a project. I'm not going to release it yet, but something for our group. I'll see if I can get it all put together and make it happen, but that'll be interesting. Something to keep people's eyes and ears on pulling throughout the winter. So
yeah,
I haven't even told you about it yet. So
makes me nervous, Dan.
It'll be all right. It's legal.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the right time to fire. Yeah, bring it on, Meister.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see if we can get this put together.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the banquet. Like I say, there's a lot of good that can come from it.
Absolutely.
If people bring their notepads with their concerns and complaints and ideas, and we sit down and hash it all out, I really, really think we'd we've got something going and we're just going to make it better.
Well, we even have a handful of pulls that are working. I mean, they're jockeying for dates, which that's a great problem to have, and they're willing to work with what they can. But I mean, I've got several pulls that are looking to improve for next year. I'll be very curious to see, some of the stuff like little tidbits have come out about Ashton potentially adding some classes. There's a lot of neat things that can be done. And also, I think you're going to see potentially some of our classes get moved into a few national polls. I mean, still under Heartland, make no mistake. Yeah. But I think you're going to see more of the co-sanction thing next year as well.
That guy, I want to go so bad, and then he pops up and throws that on there.
Yeah.
No, I look forward to see what comes out of this winter.
Yes. I will tell you another thing I'm looking forward to, and it sounds like a long ways off, but Arizona, when you start talking November 10th,
yeah,
we can't relax because that's literally 6 weeks away or 7, and another, and I've mentioned this last week, the Polling Texas guy will be down there potentially live streaming, and we're hoping to hook up with him and, at least visit, if nothing else, about some of the stuff that he's doing. Cause I mean, I see him all over, and I understand he's going to be in Brush, Colorado too.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So that'll be neat to, all of that stuff, no matter the group, the banner they run under, whatever they are, all of that stuff helps pulling across the board.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So no, we'll be excited to visit with him a little more. Last year, I'll admit I had not, that's the first time I ever ran into him might've been April.
Oh, really?
I don't know if do you remember seeing him in the October Arizona poll?
No. And I never got to talk to him there in April either. So
yeah, but it was great to have the pictures and stuff between that and Chandler. And one little interesting tidbit, Chandler is working on potentially being 2 days.
I like the sound of that.
Would not hurt my feelings to camp out in the next to the palm trees in April.
Yeah. And that Chandler, right? Or what town was that again?
Chandler. Yep.
Yeah. Meister, you got family right there. So get him to go.
Do they like him?
He went and visited him last summer. I know.
Well, they must. Okay.
Does anybody really like that guy?
I can't tell you, man.
Tolerate. Oh, with America. What is that?
Yeah, that's news to me. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I need filled in on that deal. Is there any talk of maybe the Arizona State Fair looking at anything?
That's we got to lean on the old boy from Wayne and see where that goes, because Kevin Davis is down there in that area. And that'd be phenomenal. Yeah. But I understand. I think that fair's in October.
Perfect.
So it wouldn't be bad. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Arizona's beautiful that time of year.
Yeah. Mitchell's going to be the last run for a lot of us, until changes come.
Yeah. Looks like somebody's got some winter plans.
Oh, he does. He's that's going under a pretty major upgrade over the winter. I don't know all the details, but that's pretty exciting too.
Really good.
Never horrible.
No.
So, yeah. Well, boy, Dan, I don't know a heck of a lot else. I'm not sure we keep flogging the dead horse here, but internet better over here.
Yeah, way better tonight. Absolutely.
Well, where I have been's got an extender, and it like a repeater, and I'm sure it's not as good. And it's amazing how stuff in the shop will cloud up the signal over there once in a while. So that might have been the issue.
Yep. Yeah, the shop bathroom's working good for you right there.
Yeah. Man, you're horrible.
Oh.
So no, very good. I will tell you, we'd love to hear if there's guests or people like, some of the fans would like to have on, please let us know. We're going to keep this going through the winter. We won't have near as much to talk about. We might delve into some other things depending on getting the okay from above, and like to keep it interesting as we can. I know Dan said that he's working on a guest for next week that we are very excited about. So we'll let you keep working on that, see if we can't get that locked down.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's, reading Dwayne's comment there, that brings up one more thing too that I'd like to do. We need to go through these rules, and I'd like to and it is about changing stuff. But I know reading through some of it, there are some grammatical errors, small things, little things, some definitions that need to be defined. I would like to take a hard look at that during our meeting in November, that we can clean up. And, because the rule books over time, they get added to a little bit here and there. And we ran into a deal the other day in the Outlaw National Series that contradicts itself. And I think we need to take a hard look at that, because we'd like to get it in. Can't take Gerald anywhere.
No.
We'd like to just clean that up to just some of that we can clean up and make sure there doesn't further any problems, and that's some of the stuff we can head off ahead of time.
Well, and I'm working on breaking it apart and sending class rules out to everybody in the respective classes.
And that way we have a copy of them
so
before
you have
we get
something
there.
to go off of, and if you have changes or suggestions, you can send in.
Hey, there's a guy, Brad Braybeck. I understand he's been building an Economod. We just need to twist on him a little bit. But the meeting will be in Kearney at the Yana Center. Stuff will be coming out on Facebook as well. We'll get the information out there, and one thing I want to throw out there, this is not a Heartland only deal. If there's people from the national group that want to come, if there's pullers even remotely interested that may pull, and I don't care if it's Northeast Great Plains, East or West Central Iowa or whatever, please attend. There will be voting. We do have voting rights with, depending on pulling in classes and stuff, but your input will be, we would love to hear your input.
Yeah.
Because, we've got a couple of people, like I'd heard that Brad is building Economod, and I hope that's, I'm not getting misled there. But that would be great to have those guys have their 2 cents put in too. That would be valuable to us as well.
Yeah.
I just made a banner, but it didn't go anywhere.
So,
How will that work?
well, very good. We'll get some information put out, and like Jazz said, we're gonna,
Very true.
we'll try to get stuff. We're gonna try to get it to where, and all this stuff takes time. I hope people understand that we get busy in the day-to-day stuff, and some of the little stuff like this, especially the rule book, always gets ignored. We would love to have, like, where somebody called and wanted the Economod rules, we could send a PDF that had the rules along with the class specific and also the general rules. And that way it wouldn't be hard. If you want to put them on a clipboard, you're building a tractor, perfect.
Yep.
So there's some of that stuff that we will continue to work on and see what we can do. And yeah, Dwayne did. I see he posted a deal on the classic mod rules. So, but yeah, it'd be good to get some research done. And like I said, we will put it out there. Outlaw kind of has a date at their last poll, or I shouldn't say last poll because of Lufkin, Texas, but where Spencer, Iowa is kind of their deadline for rules. We will try to put something out. We may postpone that or push it off like a week to give people time to get stuff sent in. We would love to, like Outlaw sends it to the class reps or Kurt or, several different people. I would encourage you to maybe, send it to a couple people. That way we need to make sure that it gets in the right hands. It could be emailed to Jazz or I. It'd be nice to get it to our Heartland people rather than the national group. Because, sometimes that gets lost getting in between the groups. So.
And is that something we're also looking at on the Heartland side is group presidents or leaders or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, we talked. Yeah, Todd, that'd be great. That'd be easy for you, man. That's something that we need to discuss. I would like to, the one thing with Heartland, the division part of the deal, being pretty new, some of the policies and procedures of just the how the meetings work, some of that stuff, I think needs to be put in. I would like to do something similar to Outlaw. I don't know that it needs to be exactly the same. They have a class rep for every class. My worry with that, when you get a couple classes that don't have a lot of participation, I don't know if they have to have a class rep for everyone, and that's, right. I think we could combine some class reps with the street mod two-wheel drive, the natural aspirated two-wheel drive, the classic mods have enough to have their own. We could try to get 4 to 5 guys. So we have.
There might be a class rep for multiple classes. Yes,
but it also then lends a hand to like what I'm doing, that, I have some people to bounce things off of. So it's not just solely me making a decision sometimes. Cause I'll admit that I get off in the weeds a little bit once in a while, and, there needs to be some checks and balances, and I'll be the first to admit it.
Will you?
I just did. I don't know what else you want, man. Yes. No, I will. I'll be the first to say that,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Far from perfect. I'll tell you, we'll do things with the best of intentions.
Well, and yeah, we all work together and all help each other,
Yeah. Dwayne posted a deal. Dwayne posted a question, why can't we follow Outlaw rule book and add our classes that are different? And, I think that's possible. There will always be a few circumstances, just like having the Spencer poll be the deadline to put the rules in. We may have to pick a date. There may be a few little things, but no, I think for the majority of it, that probably will be what we do.
That's what I've been working on, is taking their rule book. I've been taking out the classes that we don't generally run, just to condense it down so our information is easier to find too.
There will also be some things like in the points with dropping hooks and different things that
aren't really relevant.
Sometimes
hook minimum numbers,
they have hook minimums, like under 12 they can't drop any, or it's a lot to just jump in and straight do that. But we need to make sure we go clear through it, and that's why it would be good for people to take a good look and spend some time, and me included, because that, I will tell you, during the summer when you get busy, it's easy to put that stuff off. And to be honest with you, right now, I don't feel like it's let up a lot. By the time we're gonna, we're gonna be hitting meetings and all kinds of stuff already, and trying to get back to work. And
the jobs just changed.
Yeah, the hats just changed a little bit. And Todd, I want to add this up. I haven't got there yet. I know, Dan, you said 8,000 miles.
Oh, I've got mine totaled up as of now. But after we get done this week, I'm going to have a little something for the fans. I'll announce that.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna reveal that just yet.
No. So, but it's up there.
I will tell you two things about made me sick last night. Listening to guys from Beresford, South Dakota.
Andrews.
Alan Andrews said they didn't have a pullover 3 hours from home, and I'm sitting here going, "Wow." If we stayed on the west side, I could almost say that, but man, running out on the east.
Yeah.
And there was Bodiot said in that meeting that they put 3,600 miles and hit every Outlaw pull except Monette for the light mods. And if you stop and look at that, that's 20 in the low 20s, and you turn around and 3,600 miles.
They only put 3,600 miles on all season?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
We're living wrong, Dan.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
That's
well, and I guess we're probably going to wrap this up. One last thing, and this won't mean a tremendous amount to our East Side guys, but we had a longtime competitor pass away here over the a couple days ago. Jack Miller from Worland, Wyoming. He pulled a tractor called Black Bart. And that thing was a staple out west. I mean, it hasn't been for a while just because we don't have any classes for 3-engine mods. But man, he was one of the nice guys in pulling, and he'll certainly be missed. We're just thinking of all the ton of memories. It was great. He actually showed up. Jay Richards brought him down to Windsor, Colorado last year. And
Really?
the unfortunate thing is, working and all that, I didn't have time but to say hi to him just in passing. And but I'll be thankful for that because, super guy. And he was a hell of an ambassador for pulling on the western side, and he spent a lot of time going all over Idaho, Utah, the Wyoming, Montana, but just, time keeps marching on, man.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, guys, we're going to wrap this up. Dan's working on some pretty cool guests for next week. Get after them rules. We got a couple weeks, well, not a couple weeks. We got most of a month, but it'll be here before we're ready. So get ready for the banquet and be ready. Let your voice be heard, please. So, Dan, thanks for making time.
You bet.
Jazz for poking buttons and embarrassing me. That's awesome.
Look forward to seeing everybody in Mitchell on Sunday.
Yep.
2 p.m. Mountain Time,
Wrap
right?
it up. 2 p.m. Mountain Time.
2.
Yes. And one quick thing too is we will pull the street classes at the end because with it being on a Sunday, I want to get it to where we hit that thing and get you guys to where you can get home at a reasonable time. I'm not a huge Sunday fan that way as far as, people got to get home and get to work. So we will start with our sanctioned classes, run through them, and then we'll pull our street classes at the conclusion. So.
Okay. And the app's open to sign up?
Yes.
The app is open. Yep.
I did try to reset entries from the rain out, so there's no confusion. So
Yep. We had to clear everybody out.
Anybody signed up needs to re-sign up then, or?
Yep.
Yes, please. Absolutely.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
all right. Well, thank you guys, and we'll see you next week. Appreciate it.
You
Thank
bet.
you, Dan.
We'll see you guys.